So for the later parts of my life, I've been going heavily into a kind of masculine lifestyle built around discipline, work, not relaxing, purpose, always going, always driving, and I thought this seemed very meaningful. But then it came to a certain point where I realized that I've been trying to continually output, and it came a point where I couldn't really make anything anymore. It's like I had drained my creative energy, and all I had left was this disciplined lifestyle and structure, and I always thought that this was the optimal way to do it. But when you're running on empty, on called the creative battery, it's really hard. Like when you try to push a lot of discipline on that, it can work, but it's not really the most efficient way, to be honest. And that's kind of what started my process of going from the very masculine and trying to get back in touch with the kind of more feminine energies. And this wasn't really a conscious thing. I just really went so hard into the masculine side that I was kind of forced to do something else, because I realized that the output, which I really cared about, was actually suffering. So it was a hard pill to swallow, but I really needed something different. I was trying to control all the external stuff, and I'm very glad that I had this feeling deep down that there must be a better way and that there is another way. And turns out it was. So it's a long journey of letting go of all that ego around that masculine and disciplined lifestyle. But letting go of that, at least a lot of it, has been really healing, and let myself get back into creativity. Because what I've realized is that if I want to be creative, I actually need to have a rather balanced life, or I have to actually live life a little bit to gain opportunities, or rather experiences that fuel that creativity. I need to be away from the office to actually get new ideas and get inspiration. These are things that you can't really force, and that's what I realized. So I really have to let go, and that's when things can start coming. And that means letting go of a lot of things, and that's really hard. Like at certain points recently, I've, for the first time in many years, actually been watching television, and I've been watching TV series, and I've been sleeping and laying under a blanket in the middle of the day because I'm tired. That's kind of what happens when I've made some space for that part of myself that want to relax and enjoy myself. Because I've been so hard on myself, I haven't been letting myself do these things. And another interesting aspect of that is that part of my ego really needed that. So it actually overdid it, which meant I watched a lot of television, like until the point where I felt so bad. And I had many lazy days to the point where I felt really bad. Ate a lot of food until the point where I felt bad. So I kind of had to overdo it to again find balance. So I tipped from kind of a toxic masculine over to a toxic like feminine, which lets me know both sides and hopefully lets me find a balance. So that's just an aspect of my journey so far, at least, trying to find balance between the feminine and the masculine, which I think is really hard. And I think there's a lot of noise as well, especially in my Instagram feed with hard work and this and that, and that's the only thing that matters. and running on the treadmill and listening to an audiobook on double speed so I'm super efficient. And it's like, yeah, it's just really tricking yourself into believing you are effective all the time, and it's building your ego around that. So your ego and self-worth is built around this idea of being very disciplined and effective in the world, and being this kind of business and working out. And I just see now that it's totally out of balance, and that's fine for a while, but I'm not sure that's how my life, at least, is meant to be lived. And what I've realized as well is that if you have a certain amount of discipline and you use it more as a tool and not treat it as your personality, it can give you freedom. But as soon as you start holding things very tightly, it starts to become a prison, and it doesn't serve its original purpose. And that's what happened to me, and that's also what happens on the other side if you let yourself relax too much maybe, and that becomes your whole identity. Then it can become a prison again, because you can't really do what you're meant to do and what you really, really want to do. And this is something that I realized as well, because I would feel bad having a day off and if I was not working, and I would feel bad if I didn't know deep down that I was doing something meaningful. Play was no longer a thing, and I think this is why creativity was so hard as well, because everything had to be planned and everything had to be measured, and I had to know exactly the outputs of what I was doing. Like, I was really into having like a super strict regime as well. So for example, if I would have a creative kind of moment and it was outside of that work block or whatever, I couldn't do it. So that's how like structure was really limiting. And yeah, for example, I thought that sleep should always be the #1 priority in a way. But sometimes it's actually worth it. Like, sometimes it's actually worth it to sit up and work late. Not as a lifestyle, not as an ego thing, but sometimes that creative energy can be really, really rare and really special, and it's worth taking advantage of it. And sometimes you might have a really rare opportunity to attend something social and be with certain people, and then it's absolutely worth it to take some of that sleep time away. But yeah, the problem gets created once you lose yourself in either side and lose consciousness, essentially, in what you're doing and why.